All right, let's just jump right in. We're all using AI chatbots for, well, pretty much everything now, right? From helping with emails to asking for some pretty personal advice. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens to all those secrets you share? So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden privacy risks that are baked right into the AI tools we've all started to lean on.
Now, seriously, think about it for a second. Have you ever vented about a boss? Maybe drafted a sensitive business plan? Or asked a question about your health you wouldn't ask anyone else? We are all sharing way more than we realize. And that's kind of the whole point of what we're talking about today.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. It gets straight to the core of the issue. There is this massive disconnect between how these tools feel to use and what they actually are. And really, getting a handle on that gap, that's the key to everything.
Okay, so first up, the illusion of privacy. To really get why it's an illusion, you have to understand that AI isn't some brand new privacy problem. It's really just a new mask on some of the oldest problems the internet has ever had. So when you look at it this way, a chatbot is basically just a friendly new interface slapped on top of the same old tech. We're talking about the same corporate servers, the same legal gray areas, and yep, the same security holes that have been around for years. They're all still there, just hiding behind that simple conversational text box. Okay, so if the problems are old, what's the big deal, right? Well, that brings us to the next point, and it's a huge one: scale. While the risks might feel familiar, AI supercharges them. It makes the data we share way more personal, it's collected more invisibly, and it's a heck of a lot harder to ever get back.
I mean, this all sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? It should. This has been the standard operating procedure for data collection online for like decades. But here's the twist. AI isn't just grabbing keywords anymore. No, it's collecting our thoughts.
And wow, this chart really puts it into perspective. We've gone from typing a few search terms into a box to having these long, detailed, back-and-forth conversations. We're talking about revealing our relationships, our anxieties, our biggest plans for the future. The kind of data we're handing over has totally, fundamentally changed.
So why? Why do we do this? Why are we so willing to pour our hearts out to these things? Well, it really comes down to psychology. These systems are masterfully designed to make us feel safe, even when the reality is anything but.
You know that feeling of safety? That's not a bug, it's a feature. It's by design. The chatbot is always there, it's always helpful, and it never judges you. And that design is a very effective nudge that encourages you to just let your guard down and talk. It creates this powerful illusion that you're in a private, confidential space.
And that right there, that sense of intimacy, that's the psychological hack. You feel like you're chatting with a friend, maybe even a therapist, not some massive data hoovering system that's owned by a giant corporation. And that feeling completely changes what you're willing to say.
So where does all this stuff actually go? Well, for starters, your chats are often fed right back into the AI model to train it. That's usually the default setting. They can be stored forever with some really fuzzy promises about anonymization. And this is the part that blows most people's minds. Real, actual humans, often contractors, are reading your chats. That private vent session you had, it could literally be someone's 9-to-5 job to read it.
Okay, this is where it gets really serious. What happens when these supposedly private chats break out into the real world? Because believe me, what happens in that chat window does not stay in that chat window.
And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi stuff. This is happening right now. We've already had a federal judge rule that your chats with a bot have zero legal privilege. There was an AI company that seriously debated turning over a user's disturbing chats to the police. Even something as innocent as a Find My Lost Dog feature on a doorbell camera has people worried about neighborhood-wide surveillance. The fallout is very, very real.
Let me be super clear about this because it's probably the most important legal point to understand. That sacred confidentiality you get with a lawyer or a doctor, it just doesn't exist here. It's gone. In the eyes of the law, a chatbot is just another corporate server, and that means your data is fair game.
Okay, I know that all sounds pretty heavy, but don't despair. The goal here isn't to make you unplug from AI forever. The whole point is to arm you with the knowledge you need. So, let's switch gears and talk about what you can actually do about it.
So here are 4 really simple but powerful things you can start doing today. 1. Just assume everything you type could end up on a billboard. That means no names, no addresses. 2. Keep the really sensitive topics offline. We're talking legal advice, detailed medical stuff, just don't. 3.
Actually dive into the settings and turn off data training. And 4, try to keep your digital life separate. Use one account for work, another for your creative projects. And beyond that, you've got to stay sharp. Keep an eye out for those tricky designs, those dark patterns that try to fool you into giving away more data than you want to. And yeah, I know nobody reads the privacy policy, but just skim it for a couple key things: what data they collect and if they use it for training. Finally, follow a good digital rights group online. They do the hard work of keeping track of all this for us.
So as we start to wind down, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. This isn't about giving up on these amazing new tools. Not at all. It's about completely reframing how you think about them. It's a mindset shift.
Think of this as your new little mental checklist. From now on, before you hit send, just quickly ask yourself these 3 questions. 1, would I be cool with this being read out loud in a courtroom? 2, can I get the same help from the AI with less personal info? And 3, is there maybe a safer, more private way to get this done? Making this a habit is your single best line of defense.
And let's just leave it with this final, powerful thought. The future here isn't written in stone. We can absolutely have the incredible benefits of AI without turning our lives into a surveillance nightmare. But it is not going to happen on its own. It's going to require every single one of us to make conscious, informed choices every time we open up that chat window. So the real question is, what choice are you going to make next time?